and welcome to Savagely Delightful, a podcast exposing the schadenfreude nature in all of us. Each week, your co-hosts John and Christy will be coming at you with different stories of people making the kind of dumb mistakes that we all just love to hear about. Welcome back to Savagely Delightful.
What's up, everyone? Episode 17.
You're on with John and Christy.
Yeah. So we are pre-recording this episode because as when it comes out, we will be on our honeymoon because we will be newlyweds.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. So we'll be in Mexico chilling out while you guys are listening to this. So we'll
drink one for you.
Yeah, we'll throw one back for the homies. But I think that's about it right now.
Yep.
All right.
Nothing new. You want to start us off, though?
I would love to. So the first story was submitted by Jazzwix87. And he writes, so I am 37, and my daughter, who is 3.5, likes to buy things when we go out. If she sees something she likes, she'll ask for us to get it for her. Which is how we now have 15 water bottles at home in different shades of pink and a bunch of random squeezy toys.
She must have them.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you let a 3-year-old decide what they want to buy.
But also I'm a cup enthusiast and we have 12 billion cups, so I get it, girl.
2 cupboards full.
Right.
They say this stems from a variety of reasons, but mainly mixed messages from all of us who care for her. I'm strict, my wife is moderate, and my mother-in-law swings both extremes. As a first step, I decided to start her on an allowance, and she can't spend more than that. She understands the concept well enough and generally doesn't spend more than what she's given. And if she forgets, we gently remind her that she's spent her allowance and she needs to wait until next week, and she's not fussed. But greedy me wanted more.
Wait, how old is she again?
3.5.
3.5. Oh, wow.
Right?
Aw.
I wanted to teach her to save. She tends to blast her full allowance in one shot, although it isn't very much to begin with. Telling her that whatever she doesn't spend this week rolls over to next week didn't bear any fruit, so I did the following. Number 1, I bought her a little piggy bank and labeled it Daddy Bank. Number 2, I put her allowance inside. And number 3, I told her that whatever is left inside would double the next week as a form of investment interest.
Okay.
That's pretty complex for a 3.5-year-old.
I mean, all of this is complex for a 3.5-year-old, I feel like.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
It's very young for money management because you're not even in kindergarten yet.
I mean, start them young, though. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. So he continues, today I see her rummaging around her red packets from a Lunar New Year because I'm in Singapore, and wonder what she's up to. Next thing you know, she takes a whole wad of money and dumps it in the daddy bank to invest and double. I thought she would leave maybe $2 or $3 inside. Now there's $30+ inside that is waiting to be doubled. What have I done?
She's doubling down on what you said.
I got a couple things about this. Where is she getting this money?
I mean, he said her allowance, so...
He said her allowance isn't that much, but he was surprised when it's over $30 in there.
That's true.
Where is she getting this money?
Maybe it's the grandma.
Oh, that would be funny. Here, your dad will give you twice this.
Right.
That would be good.
Because it says that she swings hard on both sides.
Yeah.
So I could see that being a thing.
Yeah. First and foremost, though, I love the parenting style.
For sure.
Yeah. It's really smart to start, the good habits early, and handling money is one of the most important ones later on in life. But I really just want to know where she's getting the money.
Right? Yeah.
$30 as an allowance? Because, one, that's just a lot for an allowance being 3 years old. $30 a week?
I mean, I feel like any allowance at 3 is a lot, but...
And she's just blowing it $30 a week as a 3.5-year-old, too, before she was getting this allowance. Yeah. Damn.
All the water bottles.
Because I believe my niece is 2, 3? I think she's 2. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't give her $15. I would give her $5 or something, but not $30 a week.
Yeah.
That's $120 a month that she's blowing.
Yeah, who knows where she got this.
That's that. You're getting good habits now as save and stuff, but you're also having like bad habits instilled at such a young age of just blowing that money every week.
But he's trying to break that.
Didn't work. Well,
it's
kinda.
working.
Yeah, actually, never mind. I take that back.
Like I said, she's doubling down on that.
Yeah, especially, like, it's super wild because she just, like, quit cold turkey so she could have even more.
She's like, bet, Dad.
That is a smart fucking 3-year-old.
Right?
Good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put her into finance.
Right?
You ready for yours, babe?
I am. Okay, so my first story is coming to us from ObCappedVicious. And it's actually a play on Captain Obvious. And
that wasn't obvious to me.
Right?
My bad.
No. And like Captain Obvious is easier for me to say, so that is now your name. Sorry.
Nope, you have to say it the right way every time.
Nope, can't do it.
Fair.
I will mess up every single time. Okay, so his story says, a little background. I worked, I guess, at a restaurant that offers pickup and delivery options, as most do nowadays.
Okay.
Part of my job was to write numbers on the bags that correspond to each order number. You might be able to tell where this is going now, which, like, when I was reading this, definitely not.
Well, since you've pointed out the Captain Obvious, I'm trying to think of the most obvious thing. So, like, switching numbers.
Oh, okay. No.
Well, what the hell? Okay, continue.
Okay, so here we go. Captain Obvious says, I commonly would draw little faces on numbers like 100 or anything with an 8 in it, and I guess I got a little carried away today, and I wrote, quote unquote, nice, under order number 69.
God bless it.
Thinking it was a harmless joke that might make somebody chuckle a bit, and my manager saw it and basically fired me on the spot.
What?
Which, like, if, like, there's any mistake in this story, it's the manager not having a sense of humor.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that, I mean, it is kind of a harmless joke because, like, if anything, it was just like, hey, maybe a verbal or a written warning. You don't get fired on the spot.
Exactly.
Damn.
And I mean, if I was the customer and I received that, like, on an order
extra.
number, right? I would crack up and go back more.
Yeah.
Just because the people, like, actually have a sense of humor. But, he actually said next, personally, I think it was a bit much, which, like, dude, same.
Yeah.
Maybe a verbal warning or a temporary probation would do, but no, I got straight up fired. In the future, I will no longer do this at any job. I might have, and in fact, will probably try to have as little fun as possible doing only and exactly what I'm told. Which, like, this completely sucks. And I mean, unfortunately, that is how it happens to be at a lot of companies.
Yeah.
But those are also the companies that aren't, like, getting good press and, like, free press.
Well, also, what is the word? Creative. Being freely creative, being able to be creative freely at your job. Creative freedom. Jesus. Having creative freedom at a job.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah. Creative freedom at your job is, like, something that I think is very important for, like, a career. But if you're working at a restaurant, then, like, you don't exactly have a lot of creative freedom.
I mean, no, but like I said, you can't... I feel like you should be able to have a sense of humor. And,
Definitely.
like I said, if I was the customer that got that order and saw that, like, I would crack up and go back for sure. And be like, what's my number and whatever gonna be this time? Like, that would incentivize me to go back.
Yeah.
But
I could understand, like, if it was McDonald's and there was, like, little kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, one, they probably wouldn't even understand. But two, I guess, like, since you're, like, serving the masses at, like, such a young age, too, I guess it's not okay. But a written warning.
Yeah, for sure.
Not termination.
Yeah, I mean, from the manager's standpoint, it does introduce, like, a little bit more liability. But you don't win if you don't take chances, right?
That's true. I bet he had a great time writing that.
Right? And then immediately regretted it.
Yeah,
but
about right.
You don't want to work at that restaurant anyways.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
So, for my second story, it was submitted by Donut Fountain.
What?
Imagine a donut fountain.
Okay, we need to talk about this.
Wait, are we talking, like, donuts that have icing being poured over it? Or are we talking about, like, liquid donuts down this fountain?
Oh, I was thinking like a volcano, but instead of llamas...
Llamas?
Instead of lava, it's like donuts that are spewing out.
Llama volcanoes.
Yeah, sorry. Now we're gonna have llama fountains.
If only. Now, are these llamas having icing drizzled over them or liquid llamas? God bless
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Okay, so for my story, I went for a haircut for the first time in about 4 years. I assumed the place was...
Wow.
Right? I assumed the person was named after the person that I have been getting my haircut by for the past 10 years because he was the only person I ever saw in there.
Okay.
But if
he
hasn't got his haircut in 4 years, how is he getting the same haircut for the past 10 years?
It's all an illusion.
Dun dun.
Dun dun. You're in the Twilight Zone.
SVU.
Oh, I know that's what you were going for.
So they continue. Halfway through my girlfriend getting her hair trimmed, he asked me to go get him a coffee and gives me his card.
Ooh, get 12.
I go over there and specifically ask for a coffee for the guy who I thought was named Lewis. They bring the coffee and I look at who I thought Lewis was. He looks confused and they're like, "Is this for you? I made Lewis's order." At this point, it clicks that I've been calling my barber the wrong name for the last 10 years. I also realize he's gotten some shitty lactose-free latte that isn't even his order, and he has even corrected me about calling him Lewis for the past 10 years.
He wants that tip, bro.
Right? You must be a great customer, tip really well, he might be overpriced, or something, or...
He's just polite.
He's just one of the best barbers out there.
I mean, that would be me. If somebody called me the wrong name, I'd just be like, it works.
Yep.
If I respond to it, then it's all good.
I'm Crystal now.
I'm Crystal now.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Christmas.
But yeah, he really didn't care all this time and just kept giving you, like, some fresh fades.
Right?
And I think we need more people like that in the world, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. He just rolled with the punches.
Yeah. Also... I've kind of found this out. You can't always assume that the one in the business is what the business is named after.
Yeah.
That's almost never a thing. I've never been to a store where like, oh, this is Auntie Michelle's place. And you walk in like, oh, are you Auntie Michelle? No, she owned this 20 years ago and I'm just, some so-and-so. And you never meet the actual person.
It's rare. It happens, but it's rare.
Never happened to me, but
yeah,
that's just me.
You ready for my next one?
I am.
Okay. So this next one is by iDarnktoMuchCaffeine.
Pre-story. I think that a lot of people do, though. Everything has caffeine in it now.
Yeah, basically.
Like, a lot.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I drink my fair share. But, like, I think it's gotten way too bad.
Yeah, like... They even make gum that has caffeine in it. Like, that's too far.
Yeah. They have to
That's where you've hit your limit.
They have to advertise things that don't have caffeine in it.
Yeah.
Because most things do now.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, continue.
Okay. So, they say, so today when I got home from work, I went to make myself a snack. Afterwards, I decided to do the dishes. I filled up the sink, put the drain stop in, and went about my task. Once I finished, I went to run the garbage disposal to make sure all the food was ground up. It did not work. Shit. Okay, weird. Therefore, I pushed the reset button and it still didn't work. I could hear the motor, but the water was not draining in the sink. Next, I tried the Allen wrench that came with the garbage disposal and got the same result. Double shit. I logged on to Facebook, went to my town's group, and made a post requesting help. An hour later, a kind guy comes out and I tell him the story. He asks if I tried reaching in the drain to see if something was blocking, and I told him no. He goes to reach in, but says, something is blocking the drain. He then pulls out the drain stopper.
What?
The water starts going down. Yeah, from when he was doing the dishes and put the drain stopper in there. He never took it back out.
Oh, I thought...
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the drain stopper dropped into the garbage disposal itself.
No, it was just still stopping the water.
It was just spinning around like nothing's coming.
Right? He says, thankfully he did not charge me, but I did give him $20 for coming out anyways. Good. Which, like, is hilarious. And, like, how stupid would you feel after Definitely. That? I would just be mortified and be like, well, look at that. It's time for you to go now. Get the hell out of my house. I need to die of embarrassment. Like... Yeah.
There's been a couple times where I've, in the new house we bought, I accidentally stopped up our garbage disposal, had to stick my hand down there, and, like, there's a spoon that had been, like, clogging it. Yeah, I mean, it's been here. I just never told you about it because you don't want me sticking my hand down the garbage disposal.
No, I don't. Because, like...
It's safe if you know how it works.
Because, like... That's my thing, is I would never reach down into a drain, though, to, like, see if something was blocking it. Like, garbage disposals scare me. I've seen way too many scary stories and, like, scary movies for that. I know what happens when you reach your hand down a drain. So, like, if anything is ever blocking, I literally just take, like, a big spoon and just kind of, like, poke it around and see if I can feel anything with the spoon.
No, every time I do the dishes, stick my hand down there.
Nope. Big nope.
Yeah. Luckily, the spoon was fine. Not even a scratch.
I'm just saying the spoon trick would have worked, so...
Grab a spoon with another spoon. Tell me how that works.
Oh, I just meant for getting, like, seeing if there was anything blocking it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would probably get the stopper out.
We have chopsticks. Who's chopsticks?
We have lightsaber chopsticks.
We do. Hell yeah, man.
They're pretty dope. They light up.
Durable.
Yeah. Okay, so for my last story, it was submitted by Dreader2001. And they write, my wife and I got up at the same time, but I beat her to the restroom. We have a small single-family house with 3 dogs. Not a bat house, just a small restroom. As I finished my shower and dried off, I came out to the living room to take my vitamins, and I noticed that there was a plastic water bottle sitting on the table. My wife loves to leave half-drank water bottles here and there, so I reached for it, took my pills, and then drank from the bottle. No big deal. I had noticed that the water tasted like tap water. Meh. I said...
That's bougie.
Yeah.
Which, like, same, though.
I grew up with tap water. I'm used to it.
I mean, I grew up with tap water, but still, I don't want that if I have any choice. Whatever.
They continue. Matt, I said, and moved along to the room where my wife was changing. As soon as I walked into the room, my wife informed me that she found 2 fleas on our smallest dog and had put them in the water bottle on the table. I stopped and stared at her wide-eyed and frozen. What? She said. And then it clicked with her. You didn't. I realized I drank a water bottle with fleas in it. I yelled out, what the hell, Jess? Why would you put fleas in a flippin' water bottle? She said she was trying to drown them since I was in the restroom and she couldn't flush them. She said she had also written on the water bottle not to drink it, but it didn't help because the blue marker was the same color as the label on the bottle.
Oh.
I spent 10 minutes just drinking things to keep myself from being grossed out, but she was just laughing the entire time. If I survive this, I'll need to decide my new hero name, like Flea Man or the Flea.
The Flea.
Yeah. Which, that is so gross. You poor guy.
I would argue it's not that bad. I mean, just last episode, we talked about...
How you ate a gnat?
I will fully eat a bug to get ungrounded. So if I accidentally drink a couple fleas...
Fleas are just nasty to me,
Fleas are nasty.
I couldn't stand it. But also, don't want to freak you out, but I wouldn't be surprised if the fleas didn't drown.
Ew, don't say that.
Think about it, though.
Don't do that to them.
They're so small
don't do that to any of us. They might have just, like,
sat on the water and then it didn't break the surface tension.
I'm going to say I'm making an executive decision that Jess shook the water bottle and they drowned because she shook it so much, and then it just, like, knocked them unconscious, and they couldn't breathe, so then they just breathed in the water, and now they're dead anyways.
Fleas have an exoskeleton, so they're super durable and won't be knocked unconscious.
They were, though.
You're right. You're right, my bad.
Oh my god.
Also, one last bad part about this. The human flea is already taken by a Batman villain.
Oh, you would. Okay, so we can't have that name.
Yeah, you have to choose something other than the human flea. So we'll have to, or the tick. Do you remember the tick?
The Tick.
Yeah.
No.
All right, never mind.
What was that on?
It was I think he was Marvel.
Who? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say who's Flick, but Flick was a character in A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wrong thing.
Kind of left field.
Yeah. But yeah, once you think of a new name, we'll be thinking of them too, and we can just compare and contrast.
Fleameister.
The Flea Meister.
Yeah.
Does he orchestrate the fleas?
Well, he took them out, that's for sure.
That's true. The Flea Punisher.
I don't know.
The Green Flea.
We'll workshop it.
Okay.
The Green Flea. Because he's recycling?
Green Lantern.
Oh.
Yeah, my bad. I'll take that L. That was not my best.
Okay, so my last story is by jackharvest. And they write, my kids are young. We live in a location that simply doesn't use bidets enough. The USA.
Yep.
Agreed. Yeah. Let's get on that bidet bandwagon. We are being denied such luxuries. And maybe this is the root of all evil, and maybe that's why we don't have universal health care. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying it would be better for the trees.
I mean, it'll be better for everything.
Yeah, just the environmental impact of not as much toilet paper would be nice.
Yeah. And people might be a little more pleasant if their buttholes don't hurt.
And some people wouldn't stink as much.
Why do I feel like that was pointed at me?
No, not you.
The way you said that.
No, not you at all.
Wow.
Christy, your ass stinks. Take a shower.
Man. Okay, so, anyways, Jack says, I decided, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'll get a crappy one, and if I hate it, I'll feel sad, but no major loss. And that's what I did. I bought one.
You butt one.
Why can't I read all of a sudden? No buttons. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, that's what I did. I bought one on sale for $25. You know, the kind that have 2 settings, sprinkle and tear you a new butthole. Which, like, dude, where did you find this deal for $25? Because we need 3. So, hook us up.
Actually, we were listening to a podcast not too long ago that had a sponsorship for one.
Tushy, do you hear me?
Is it Tushy?
Tushy, do you care? Yeah.
This is a non-sponsored ad.
It's not an ad. We've never used them.
That's true.
We would like to.
We would.
Tushy. Anyways. They say, well, we've enjoyed it thoroughly through the pandemic, and my wife refuses to use other toilets during messier months. I no longer have to use hordes of dude wipes to clean the magic marker down under. Well, guess what?
That's a new one.
Well, guess what? The kids don't usually use the master bathroom because the main one is a little bit closer to the family room. Cue my poor toddler. The main bathroom was in use, and my poor little twerp definitely wasn't going to wait. He shot into our bathroom and quaintly took care of business. And then the screaming. Oh, Judas, the screaming. I thought he'd fallen and smashed his femur while on fire or something.
Oh my god.
My wife and I rushed in as quickly as possible and discovered the back wall was being fire hosed by the bidet. The toddler was clenching his eye. It's a half bath, so water was everywhere. His eye was in rough shape and we had to take him in. The doctor couldn't help but laugh because he said that this is the 3rd incident since the pandemic began where something similar has happened, likely due to complete unfamiliarity with bidets in general here.
That's fair.
Please teach your kids what it is instead of being a dumbass like me.
Was
so, this kid had to have been looking directly at it and then turned it on.
Yeah. Damn. That would suck. What a life lesson, though.
Can you imagine, though, if that pressure really is that bad and you're like a little child like that pressure and it like pushing against your eyeball, that would be so scary.
Yeah, I mean, you had cheese in your eye and it irritated you all day.
Wow. No, it didn't. It was nice and cheesy.
Like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that poor kid.
Oh my god.
I really do wish that it would be more normalized around here.
I do too.
Imagine if we got one for the common bath downstairs and like didn't tell any of our friends or family.
I mean, you have to choose to turn it on to like use it.
I hope they would. Just because like to make it more normalized.
Oh yeah,
and just
for
like
sure.
surprise them like, oh, this is refreshing.
This is refreshing. Feel like a whole new person. Yeah. Right? I feel like change completely and just be a whole new person once you're done with it. You come out with an accent and everything.
There you go.
Okay, everybody. Well, those are our stories for this episode. So thank you for listening again.
Yes, thank you as always. And don't forget to either rate or download or on YouTube, like and subscribe, just whatever you can. The smallest bit helps every single point at every single destination.
Yeah. All of the ratings and everything help more than people know. But also, if you want to share your story with us, you can send it in from email at savagellydelightful@gmail.com. And then also all of our social media handles and everything are on the outro, so you can use those as well.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. So, you may have made a mistake today, but at least you didn't mess up as badly as the people we discussed. And if you did, we'd love to hear about it, and we may even feature your story on an upcoming episode. You can find us online at www.savagellydelightful.buzzsprout.com, on Twitter at savage_delight, and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Savagely Delightful. If you like what you heard today and want to show your support, please consider donating to us on Patreon at patreon.com/savagelydelightful. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episode releases, and please consider leaving a review so it's easier for others to find our podcast.